Hey, today I'm going to be making this box that I saw Stephen Ogle, and I went and I also watched Bob Hamilton create. It's a three-winged box. I just found it to be fascinating. So I actually went back on YouTube and I refreshed my memory on exactly how it was, so the steps that were taken to create such a piece. Now, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Since I first saw it, I was fascinated with the piece that both of them created. But Stevens was built slightly flared out, and he concaved the inside and made a little dome with a finial. I really loved the shape that he created, so you guys might want to go and watch his video as well. Just amazing work. But anyway, this is going to be my first attempt to do anything like this. I've done the winged box, you know, the small box. I've done that, and with some success. But this one, I had to think about it on exactly how I was going to do it. Now, I don't try to copy what I see somebody else doing. I get inspired by what I see, but I try to create my own thing. So what I'm going to do, it's still going to be very similar, and you can look at it and say, you know, it's the same thing. I want to create the same idea, you know, that bowl on the bottom with the flared out, and I like that look as well. But on the inside, I want to actually come down quite a bit, following that outside shape, pretty close to the bottom, and then create a ball dome, if I can, on the inside. And when you look at it from the side, it might resemble a tulip or something like that. But I want to go kind of deep inside that middle and just make a small opening on the top, maybe 1.5 inches, which is my largest forstner bit. I don't want to make it too tiny, because I also want to make a lid for it with a finial. I believe it. I have it very true. I don't have a live Santa with a removable spur. You know, I have 2 live Santas, but neither one of them can I remove that center tip. So it forced me to make a little flat spot on the corner, on the outside corner. And I did that just on my disc sander. I just brought it in there and saw that I had a pretty good triangle. It's not 100%. It didn't have to be 100% for me. But I created a triangle in there with a flat face, and that way I could put it between centers. And before tensioning up my tailstock, I put the point just barely touching it, and it's set on the back side just inside of the shaft, my lathe spindle. So when I had it in there and just a point touching it up, I was able to manipulate the piece until I found the perfect center. At least I'm hoping that it's the perfect center. Once I found that, then I tightened it up, and right now I'm in between centers, and again it's a friction fit. So if I get a catch, it's just going to spin on there and not going to create a big problem. But the goal is to create a tenon on this side, shape it up more or less to what I want, and then flip it over and start working from this back side. I think I have to come up to this particular corner right here. Okay, but I'll see as it starts taking some sort of shape over here. Let me bring you in there with this one. So I'm hoping that it starts making sense once I start turning this and flip it over. So let's get started on this. I'm going to start it off with my trusty bowl gouge, and before I do that, I'm going to give it a quick sharpen. Okay, I believe to have a nice edge. Now I changed my grind angle a little bit. As you can see, it didn't take off anything from the bottom of the gouge. I just wanted to freshen it up, and gradually I want to make this a more slanted upright cutting edge and see how I do with that. So ready to go. I already checked, not hitting anything. So let's get started. Again, put your safety shield on. Make yourself safe while wood turning. Very slowly. Now while I'm doing this, I'm looking at that gold standard and seeing how deep I'm cutting. Taking a very light cut from this. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to use it this corner or go all the way up to that top one. As it is, I already came too far on this corner. I didn't want to go quite this much. Got a blowout over here. So this is definitely going to be an interesting project. I'm not deep enough yet for my where I'm going to start off my tenon for my chuck. So it looks like I have to come anyway is out to this one. go before I hit that top. My lathe speed is about 1,000 RPM right now. Making that little wing roll over here. Got a little to go. Now this wood is a little bit soft, I think, for this. So we'll see. Very light touch when you get to this edge so you don't blow them out. Clean up my cut. Let the tool do the work. That kind of tells me that I still got a square spot over here. Or a flat spot. Actually, the flat spot is all the way down here. The chatter is already catching the tips. So I'm just going to take off a little bit more here. Get rid of this flat spot. Now I'm getting a lot of tear out over here. So I'm going to try to see if I can make my cut going in an opposite direction here. I don't want to make this too deep either. It's a little bit smaller than what I would want it to be, but that's the wood that I had. Bring your body over. Straight. That's a little rough. Got a little bit of blowout on the outsides over here. So I have to go very lightly in this area and bring this up to my corner. Now it's not too bad, but this wood is a little bit too soft for what I want to achieve. But I am more stubborn than any piece of wood. Also has the foot for this. Okay, I believe to be deep in there. Get my tool rest out of the way and do a little bit of sanding on this. Now the sanding is not going to be a finalized thing, but it's going to be fairly close and get rid of a lot of this tear out that I got in here. Very lightly, and also keep your sanding disc on an angle away from your piece. Well, it looks a lot better. I'm a little disappointed with this little bit of a tear out right over here where it broke off in a couple of spots. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. So, next thing is to finish parting this off, and I'm just going to cut that off with my saw. And there we go. Got a little piece right there that should be able to fit nicely in my jaws. I'm really hoping this comes out halfway decent. It's been such an inspiring piece for me, so hopefully I don't disappoint you guys. You can see how it was set up on my spindle, just jammed in there. So I kept my 10 a little oversized because it's actually going to be the base, and I didn't want to make it too thin. Get this out of the way. But when I set it in there, it's not bottomed out. Got plenty of room. The jaws are not oversizedly opened. I got a little bit of a gap here. Generally, when I'm doing bowls and stuff of other sort, I get these a little bit closer. But like I said, in this particular case, I think it's fine. Now this piece is very light. I got a nice tight fit against my jaws. It's not bottomed out. So I think I'm good to go. Now, like I said, this one is kind of an experimental. I'm not sure exactly. I wasn't sure how this wood was going to behave. Keep my tool rest right about center, just below center. And the goal is to follow this profile all the way down and leave a mass in the middle, and then hollow up another part in the middle, like I said, and following it kind of deep into the bowl shape. So I like the way this one cuts a little bit better, so I'm going to maintain with this, and I'm going to start clearing it up from the center, create a point to about the height that I'm going to want the center point, and start working it from there and outwards. I gotta go still way inside because, like I said, I want a separation point, and this is way too close to the edge to even get a tool in between. So this is going to end up going down quite a bit, probably up to flat at this point, and then start making this dome from that point out. Yeah, I lost this corner. Darn. Well, not all lost. I will do a round over on this outside edge. So that's the only thing that I can do to save this piece. I'm gonna sharpen this up as well. Make them any deeper, so I am limited on this. I don't know. I think I'm gonna scrap this one and go back to the drawing board with it. It's still rather thick on the inside anyway. This tulip, this ball shape is pretty thick, and like I said, I don't want to spend more time with this, not with this piece of wood. So here's an attempt, a failed attempt. So I give my kudos to you guys, you woodturners out there that have created it without making a mess out of a masterpiece. Well, I'll try it again, and we'll see what comes up next time.